Today's video is sponsored by Josephine Muriuki, a true patriot and a Kenyan nationalist at heart. Stand by for debrief in 3, 2, 1. As we speak, State House has drawn up plans to have Kimani Ichungwa removed and replaced as majority leader. And in this video, I want us to look into some of the reasons why Ruto wants to have Kimani Ichungwa removed, just like majority leader Aden Duale back then was booted out by Uhuru Kenyatta. And so with no further ado, let's get after it. Now, the first reason why Ruto wants Ichungwa removed as majority leader is because Ichungwa referred to Ruto's two-term slogan as empty sloganeering. Not my words, just hear it from the horse's own mouth. Roll the tape.
Even two-term without a credible development plan is empty sloganeering.
You know, as majority leader, once you start casting doubts on the re-electability of your boss, your days in office are officially numbered. And this is the dark reality that Ichungwa will learn very, very soon. Now, the second reason why Ruto wants Ichungwa removed as majority leader is because yesterday, under Kimani Ichungwa's watch, the National Assembly tossed aside a circular that made it mandatory for all procuring entities to conduct their tenders through the Electronic Government Procurement System, EGPS. Now, here's why this is a very big scene from the majority leader. A, this directive was rubber-stamped by President William Ruto himself. So by failing to pass it, he failed to protect the president's interest directly, which is the whole point of being majority leader. B, John Mbadi through Treasury has already spent 700 million Kenya shillings to make sure that this system is up and running. And now guess what? That entire investment down the drain, thanks to our Kimani Ichungwa's inability and or refusal to galvanize the masses. And C, this system was meant to seal corruption loopholes. That was the whole point behind it. And I suspect that's why Ichungwa is blocking it. Because if the electronic government procurement system passes, he will immediately become unpopular amongst his colleagues. Sababu mfereji ya tenda imekauka wakati wa uongozi wako. People won't like you very much, so he's busy playing populist politics, the exact same thing that Ruto allegedly impeached Gachagua for. Now, the third reason why Ruto wants Ichungwa removed as majority leader is because of insubordination. Ichungwa is supposed to see off the president at the airport during his departure. He was even notified about it. But as the president left, Ichungwa was nowhere to be seen. Instead, these are the people who are present. Just check out the images. I think we also saw back then, sababu we are students of history, that during Ruto's and Uhuru's fallout, Ruto stopped seeing off the president, or receiving him for that matter. It was Matiang'i who was doing that work. Ichungwa also is absent. Even as the president is coming back, we can bet Ichungwa will not be there to receive him. So the president has definitely noted that insubordination right there. Fourth reason why Ruto wants Ichungwa removed is because Ichungwa dared to lecture the president on the floor of the National Assembly. Just listen into this.
Therefore, I want first to encourage members that nothing and nobody should instill fear in you in doing your work as members of parliament. Because you are duly elected by the people of Kenya to exercise oversight even over the executive, even the office of the president, and even the president himself. That is why this house has powers under this constitution to impeach those in the executive, and those in the executive can do nothing to remove you from this house.
You know, I can only wonder, why is Ichungwa talking about impeachment? Why is he saying we can impeach members of the executive? That is a warning, or a threat for that matter, that has been sent to the President of the Republic of Kenya, wherever he is, that we can impeach you and you can do nothing to us. In fact, that is exactly what he said. We can impeach them and they can do nothing to us. And I think that statement is coming from somebody who is not very keen on politics. To predict the future, you must study the past. In the past, Uhuru Kenyatta got rid of Aden Duale, who was majority leader at the time. How did he do it? All MPs were given 100,000 Kenya shillings. Just 100,000. Here's Moses Kuria exposing the same.
You remember when in the 12th parliament, yep, we were given some money by the Uhuru Kenyatta regime to remove Aden Duale as a majority leader. And you remember, it's it's unanswered. I waived the money I was given there. So you cannot say it doesn't happen, you know, and it is bound to happen.
Do you mind reminding us how much it was?
It was 100,000.
Per person?
We were given 100,000 per person to remove Aden Duale as a majority leader and put in place Amos Kemunya. And I went to the floor of the house and I said, this is the money I was given, 100,000 shillings to remove Aden Duale, and I offered to give it back, you know. So
now if we are to account for inflation, sababu miaka zimeendaenda, that same 100,000 now could probably be worth 130k. Mbunge ende anunue iPhone mpya, ama achukue slay queen wake waende diani kidogo aburudike arudi. That is the cost of betrayal. And betrayal, I don't know why, the cheapest thing on earth is betrayal. People will betray you for very small cents. Jesus was betrayed for 30 pieces of silver by Judas. We don't know how much Ichungwa was given personally to betray Rigathi Gachagua. But based on Moses Kuria's submission, we can estimate how much the MPs will be given to betray their majority leader. Haitapita 150k. Sababu tumeadjust for inflation. Maybe 110, 120, 130, 140, 150 if the president is very desperate, uyu jamaa aende. And I believe that's where we are headed. Because we're dealing with somebody who loves kupanga pangua. Ruto is that person, constantly shuffling the cabinet, firing and hiring. Ni mtu ambaye hawezi tulia. Na hii kierere imefika kwa bunge, iko kwa doorstep ya bunge. Nataka kuingia pale aanze panga pangua once again. That's a dangerous fellow. Anywho, in the upcoming video, which will be right after this one, I will explain to you who is likely going to become the next majority leader of the National Assembly. And you best believe no one saw this coming. Having said that though, here's today's ad of the day. If you're in need of electrical wiring, solar installation, or electrical fittings such as strip lights, snake lights, downlighters, or chandeliers, contact Engineer Wycliffe at 0707 476602 and he'll get your house dapped up. And with that, if you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David Wafula. Hit the subscribe button, you're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really, really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.